Welcome to the What the Fuck Is That podcast, where we ask the age-old question of what the fuck is that? I'm your host, Jess.
I'm Jen.
Jenny, did you see what I did?
You did a lot of things.
Did you see what I did? I know,
Or
but
if
this
you're
is the
talking
thing that
about-
came out today.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're talking about your new podcast.
Oh, no. I did that too. That's not what I was talking about.
No. You were talking about the episode that you did for Spirits. Yeah.
Yes.
I did
so
see.
exciting.
I did see.
It was so exciting. So for context, I love Spirits, like the entities and the podcast. It's always been my favorite podcast.
The entities and the podcast.
Yeah, the entities, you got to specify sometimes.
I mean, fair.
But it's been my favorite podcast. It's like what got me into wanting to do a podcast. Julia and Amanda are amazing. And I got to see their face with my face. And we did an episode. And it was great. So you guys should definitely go watch that over on Spirits Podcast. We covered the Charman. We covered it here. But I did a little like whoop-a-doo-doo-doo. And I repackaged it and did it on Spirits. And it's great.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like when I saw the Charman of Ojai, I was like, oh, we did this, didn't we? And like I had to go back in our own episodes to make sure that we actually did this.
It's like, wait a gosh darn minute here.
I'm like, I've heard this story before.
I know what's going on.
Vaguely.
Big. I mean, tracks.
Theoretically, I know what's going on. How about that?
There you go.
Theoretically.
It might not happen all the time, but it does happen some of the time.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I did that. And then I have the new podcast out, which is fun, which is called So That's How That Happened. It's great. It's a whole myriad of things.
Well, when this episode comes out, shouldn't have dropped by the time that this episode comes out?
It will, because it came out yesterday.
Oh, did it?
As we're recording it, it came out yesterday.
I thought it came out March 1st.
No, I moved it up because the podcast episode was going to come out sooner than I thought.
Oh.
So I moved it up.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's out now. The Spirits episode's out now. So you can listen to all those things if you want to hear my voice some more, which I'm not sure why you would, but you can.
Yeah, I limit it. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's fucking fair. You've had to hear my voice for like 15 years, but the people of the internet have not had to.
This is true. Yeah, I've had you constantly in my ear for 15 years. And
bitch, you chose this. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
We also lived together for like a year and a half, and then...
And I'm a yapper. So.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yep.
And then I come to live with another one.
Yes, yappers. Yappers year round. Yappers central. Yappadapado.
Yabba-dabba-doo.
Yeah, I'll make another shirt that says Yappers Club Unite.
We still haven't even done like any of the pre-orders that we said we were going to do.
Like my yuccas one?
Stop.
Why, it's your favorite word.
It's not my favorite word whatsoever.
I think it is. I think that's incorrect.
I think I would know what my favorite is. Shut up. I mean, honestly, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but probably because I don't hear you say it as often anymore.
I think I've also desensitized you to it after all this time of saying it and insisting upon it.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, my other thing that I do to you all the time is call you Jennifer when you're being annoying. And,
do you know
somebody the other day messaged me and they're like, is Jenny's name Jennifer? I'm like, no, it's not Jennifer at all. It's just Jenny. But it annoys her when I call her Jennifer. So that's how I annoy her when she's annoying me.
It's so funny. Do you know how many times I've had to like explain this to either people who have listened to the podcast and know that my name is not Jennifer, or they recently just met me and they think that my name is Jennifer because of you. Or I have explained to my patients before when they do ask me, because I get asked all the time, is your name Jennifer? And I'm like, no, it's just Jenny. My mom named me just Jenny. Like, whatever. I get the whole story, whatever. I was like, however, my best friend, when she's mad at me or is annoyed with me, calls me Jennifer. So if you call me Jennifer, I probably will answer.
I might be annoyed, but I'll answer.
Yeah. I'm like, so it's fine. You can call me Jennifer, Jenna. Like, I've been called all of it.
It's fine. It's not, but it's fine. So
yeah, exactly. Whatever. Especially like
how we live our life.
Yeah. I mean, if I know you specifically and like we've known each other for a while, I might be like, dude, what the fuck? Unless it's you, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if it's, one of my patients' family members or one of my patients, because I'm kind of just one person coming in and out of their life right now. I get it. So
they have enough going on. They don't need to remember your real fucking name.
Exactly. It's fine. It's not like my whole ass fucking legal name, except for my middle name, is on my name tag at work.
Okay,
like,
Jennifer, it's fine.
Both last names. No, it fucking sucks.
Like,
both
we need people to really, really know who you are.
It feels so weird, like, to have my full name on there, because I'm like, that feels like a privacy issue. We do so much to, like, maintain patients' privacy, with HIPAA and everything. But with us, like, our patients know our whole fucking ass names because it's on our badges, to where creeps, and I've had it before, creeps have looked us up on the internet and, like, have either found where we live or found our phone numbers. Yeah, I've had a patient find where I live before.
Why? First of all, why would you do that?
I don't know.
That's just weird. And then second of all, like, let's not dox people. That's also kind of weird.
Yeah. So
like, why?
I'm just like, I feel like it's such a huge privacy issue.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm like, I would really like to have my own privacy outside of my job. So
yeah,
maybe can
no,
we
I
not
don't blame you.
broadcast, my entire name all over this fucking building where multiple people come in and out? Like, it's not just my patients who see my name. Like, it's also their family members. It's delivery workers or, anything like that. Like, everybody sees my whole last name.
Yeah, no, thank you. I hate that. Hate everything about it.
Yeah.
I think that should be good. I was just trying to figure out how long we've been doing our intro for, but it's been about 5 to 7 minutes, so that's perfect.
Perfect.
I like that when we first started, it was a lot of like, okay, do we get long enough on banter? Do we have enough to talk about? And now we're just like, do. There's like sometimes where we have like 10 to 15 minutes of banter, and I have to cut it way the fuck down.
Well, I mean, to also be fair, like, this is also one of the only times that we get to see each other face to face since I moved.
That is true.
So, there's only so much that we can tell each other over text messaging or, like, Snap or whatever. But, yeah, so.
But we need this. We need to be able to play off each other.
Exactly.
We need to feel the vibes, man. Feel the vibes.
The vibes, man.
The vibes, man. It's all about the vibes. Well, if you like these vibes and you like whatever the fuck this is, be sure to head over to our Instagram. Right? Is that how I do that? Yeah, I think so. Be sure to head over to our Instagram. Our Instagram. I just had a brain fart moment. I thought I died. It's okay. We're good.
I thought I died. I mean, quite possible.
But yeah, head over to our Instagram. Our Instagram is WTF is that pod. Over there you will find the link to our link tree. It has links like our Patreon, which you can join the Patreon at like just a $3 level, and you get some cool shit, and like you get to talk to us more, and who wouldn't want that? Let's be 100% for real. You can also go over there and listen to all of the places to listen to us. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a review, because that lets all of the algorithm gods know that you love us and you think other people would too. And as always, the very best way to help the podcast grow is just by word of mouth. So if you two have to set up random FaceTime sessions with your bestie because you are living far apart and you can't talk during the week, and you know, sometimes it's really hard to get those conversations going where you're just like, what do we talk about? What do we talk about? And it's like, oh, I know what to talk about. We can talk about this new podcast that I listen to. And then you can tell them about our podcast. You can tell them about my other podcast that just came out, which is So That's How That Happened. You can tell them about the other show that we were on called Spirits and listen to that episode. And then you get more content, you're welcome, and B, your friends now also get to have amazing content to listen to because you were a good friend and a conversation starter. You go, Glen Coco. And with that, let's get into this week's episode.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, Jen.
Have you ever heard of Elmer McCurdy?
Who the fuck is Elmer McCurdy?
I would love to tell you.
Awesome. Is he a mix of Elmer Fudd and Jeanette McCurdy? Because that's all I can think of right now.
Honestly, when I heard his name, that's exactly what I thought of the very first time.
I'm so glad that we just share one brain, and today was my designated day to use it.
We share one brain cell, babe.
Shh. If I think it's just one brain, it makes me feel better about my life. If it's one brain cell, it makes me a little sad, but...
Just a little?
Just a little.
All right, so you have no idea who this is.
No, the name rings bells in the sense that, like, I have listened to a lot of, like, true crime paranormal things for, like, over 10 years now, but not specifics.
Okay, so I found this case off of TikTok.
Oh, TikTok coming in clutch.
Yeah, and it was honestly like just a very quick like little snippet. It didn't even have like very specific details. It was just kind of like a creepy did you know kind of thing. And I did the deep dive of it. And
we love a good rabbit hole.
Yeah, I was like, I need to know how this man ended up the way that he did and where he did.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to give any more than that.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Shocking. I'm so ready. Got the chills.
Elmer McCurdy was born to a single mother in 1880 in Maine. I'm not entirely sure where in Maine. I just got in the state of Maine.
Okay, cool.
He never knew his father as he was an illegitimate child. And as a teen, McCurdy developed the reputation of being the town drunk.
As a teen?
As a teen.
Oh, that is definitely fatherless behavior right there.
It's also the 1800s. I don't know how much more there was really to do.
Like go to church. Like you could really swing one way or the other when it was the 1800s. Like you could become real devout or you could become like a pariah, like real fast
real
either way. Yeah, real problem, real pariah, like either way. Like there's two sides and there's really nothing in the middle.
Solid. All right. So, yeah, he went way out there. At age 20, he lost his mother. After his mother's passing, he decided to move out west to take on a plumbing and mining job. In 1907, McCurdy joined the Army where he learned about explosive properties of nitroglycerin.
So by this point, he's 27, which is like older to be in the military.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. And then to be in the part of the military that he was, especially that old. So
So they must have seen something in him to be like, yes, let's put him in this working with nitroglycerin.
I'm assuming from like the mining jobs.
Oh, that would make sense. I forgot you said that.
Yeah,
I
so
remembered
like,
plumbing. I didn't remember the mining.
yeah, so it was that, and like I said, the mining. So, I'm thinking that's where that's from.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I could get that. Okay, cool.
So after the military, McCurdy ended up in Oklahoma with no money and a drinking problem. This is where his life of crime began. He would move from town to town, robbing banks and trains. Along the way, he collected a group of people who would assist him in his thefts. McCurdy would often operate as the explosive guy, using nitroglycerin to melt down the safes so the gang could access the money inside. In theory.
He set up a crew?
He
went full Ocean's 11 and set up a crew for this whole thing?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
So he was the safe melter then. Or because
Yeah.
I mean he's not cracking it, so he's not like the safe cracker. He's just melting it.
So here's the thing. Okay? He wasn't very good at it. Okay? Because anyone who knows about nitroglycerin and explosives,
i.e. not me.
it has a very high like melting point. Like it can be a pretty high fire. So yes, it melts off the door or like the lock of the safe, but like imagine if it was something not gold or diamonds behind there.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Fuck dumbass.
So just wait, okay?
My assumption was, because I'm a nerd, and I was like, oh, he's getting a safe. This is a time when we were on the gold standard. So clearly it's gold in there because I'm a weirdo and I'm like, yeah, the time during the gold standard. So it was only gold in that safe, clearly.
Clearly, no.
Clearly.
In 1911, McCurdy tried to rob a train near Lenapaw. I think that's how you say it. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry, Oklahomans. In
Don't
Oklahoma.
yell at us.
I know, please don't yell at me. However, the explosives he used to melt the safe ended up melting the silver he wanted to steal.
Oh, no. And you can't, like, separate that afterwards. That's just what it is.
I mean, like, if he had prepared for it, maybe he could have gotten, like, the melted silver out of it and, like, made something else out of it. But I don't think he prepared for that.
Yeah, you're right. He's not very good at this.
Yeah, no, not very good.
Like, dude, you have one job. Like, your role is safe cracker. And you're like, yeah, let's just fucking melt it. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. In the words of my oldest, no thank you.
No, thank you. In October of that year, McCurdy and his accomplices planned to rob a train in Oklahoma that reportedly held the Osage Nation tribal payments. So this is back when, like, the United States would give funds over to, like, the tribal leaders of those that still had land. I'm explaining for those who may not. I'm doing horribly at it, but, you know.
Catch up, my guys.
However, they were wrong about the train's departure and arrival times and ended up robbing the wrong train.
That's like the most important part. Like, some would argue, like, the only part of planning a heist is knowing when the train will be there. Like, that's kind of, like, the point.
Yeah. Again, they're not very good at this.
Yeah. Fucking apparently. Yeah, it doesn't just sound like him. It sounds like the whole crew was just kind of shit.
Well, he put together the crew. What do you expect?
That is true. I mean, but at the same time, like, if you know you're inadequate, like, why not put together a crew that has better skills than you? But it doesn't sound like he did that. It just sounds like he got people on par with him.
Yeah, basically. The gang made off with $46, which is a little over $1,500 today, and 2 jugs of whiskey.
So really nothing.
Really nothing, yeah. McCurdy decided to take his share and hide out in a barn on the border of Oklahoma and Kansas.
Just a random barn that he found?
Just a random barn. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I mean, mind you, like, when he left the army, like, he had nothing. He became a robber. He's not a very good robber. So, yeah, he's probably homeless.
Fair. He's like, I got whiskey now, so at least there's that.
Exactly. Police ended up finding McCurdy in the barn, and he decided he was not going to go willingly, probably due to being under the influence, and shot at the police.
Oh, so you were just like, let's just make this harder on myself right now. Love it. Love it. Okay.
Obviously, police are going to shoot back, and they killed McCurdy on October 7th of 1911.
So he was, let's see, oh God, now we got to do math on the podcast.
Now you got to do math. You already started it. You do it.
Okay. He was born in the 1880s, so he would be 20 by the 19th, so 31.
There you go. Proud of you.
Thank you so much. I did that a lot quicker than I thought I would, and it's only because his birthday ended in a 0.
No, I do the same thing. That is exactly how I process math in my head.
I'm like, what's 20 plus 11? 31. Got it.
There you go. Proud of you.
So he wasn't much older than us. Well, okay, so here's the other thing. He was 27 when he got into the military, and then was killed at 31. So he must have not been in the military for that long to begin with.
No, I don't think so.
And then to be killed at 31, that's not far off of how old we are. So
Let's not talk about that.
But I was just saying, it's a little insane. Like, he had this whole ass life. You and I have never robbed a bank together. Like,
I mean, I didn't plan on it. Did you?
I'm not going to say that on video, on audio. I don't want to be held. What's the word? Culpable?
I don't know.
I think that's right. For what
You're the legal person.
I'm sure it's right for what I say on this podcast. I'm just saying, we haven't robbed a bank, so.
Well.
Now we know not to melt the safes with glycerin. We're not on the gold standard anymore.
We also use paper money, so.
That is true.
You know. Things would just go up into flames, I think. I don't think we would be very good at it either.
No, we'd be like, I'm so sorry. I am going to rob you now. Please give me all your money. I'm so sorry to have to inconvenience you like this, but
I do apologize.
I am going to need all the money in the safe. Like, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry, but, you know.
Money, please.
I hate when you do that. Okay.
So homeboy was shot.
He was shot. He was killed. He's dead. Okay.
Dumb fuck.
I know. His body was taken to a funeral home in Pawhuska. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Sure.
We'll go with it.
I'm not going to tell you otherwise. I don't know.
There you go. Thank you. And his body was preserved in arsenic.
Ooh, okay.
This is mostly due to most of his family being dead, and being a criminal, his body was never claimed.
Yeah, and funeral homes used to do that weird thing where they would have the bodies like in the front window that were unclaimed for people to like walk by and look at them and be like, "Oh yeah, that's Uncle Fred." Like, which is such a weird and bizarre practice to just like line them up in a window, just like, I don't know, like a butcher showing his meat in a window. Like, oh, okay, here's my other thing. I hate
the analogy that you just compared that to, because oh my god.
That's always my immediate thought. But also,
that sent like a chill down my spine.
Okay, but also, like, how often did people in this time frame see dead bodies? Because it feels like a lot. Like, with the practices that they had, it feels like the people during this time frame like saw dead bodies all the fucking time. They're just like, yeah, that's a dead body, and then they kept walking.
Well, remember, during this time they were still doing like public executions. They were also doing where if a body is unidentified, like if they have no idea who it is, they will put them on display to like see if anyone can identify them.
Yeah, so I'm just...
So
you
yeah,
used to
apparently
see a dead
it was
body
normal.
way more often. Yeah, you used to just be like, ah, it's a dead body. All right, and then keep walking. Like, oh, okay.
It's so concerning. The undertaker at the funeral home had very little respect for the dead, and when nobody claimed McCurdy's body, he decided to put the well-preserved corpse on display for visitors to pay a fee to view.
Oh, I hate everything about that.
So you were pretty close about what they were saying about like some other undertakers and stuff, but he actually would charge people to go in.
So the further we get in this case, the more I realize I do know it. And I know where we're going with it, but I'm going to pretend that I don't. But I definitely know this case now. Now that you said that, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. So.
Like it all, I had like a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. And it all came to me and I was like, oh no, that's this case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is fun. It said visitors had to put the money in McCurdy's mouth upon viewing the body.
You shut your whore mouth right now. Absolutely not. That's a hard pass from me.
Would you put like money in a dead person's mouth?
No. I don't even really go to funerals. Like,
this is accurate.
Like, for somebody who talks to dead people, I don't like dead bodies.
Use dead people. I mean, you're not wrong. But they don't show to us like that. That's why. I mean, not often.
Exactly. We are not Jennifer Love Hewitt in Ghost Whisperer.
There you go. It took you a second.
It took me a second. I was like, it's not just Ghost. I'm like, there's more to it. That show, I loved that show as a kid. That show was so good.
I know. I loved that show as a kid, too.
I don't even really want to rewatch it as an adult because I feel like it's not going to hold the same power as watching just Jennifer Love Hewitt see just like gruesome people show up in front of her.
Although I'm not going to lie.
Did as a child.
I'm not going to lie. So one, my nickname, which you know for my family, comes from Jennifer Love Hewitt. They call me Jenny Love. Mm-hmm. But two, there was actually an episode on that show that like terrified me as a kid. Like I was able to like be okay with some of it, but like one of them
was it the one
like,
where they're in the walls?
No, it was the one where Melinda's pregnant and she sees the little girl with like the stitches for her eyes and mouth. Yeah. Like, that was the one that freaked me out. And honestly, I don't think I could even watch it to this day.
So, just a little put out there. Maybe we should start a podcast where we rewatch Ghost Whisperer. I don't know how many seasons there are. I think there's a lot. I think there's a good amount of seasons
of
Ghost
so too.
Whisperer. I really don't remember anything else other than the fact that Jennifer Love Hewitt talked to Ghost. And, like, she ran a store with her friend who, like, for a while didn't know she talked to ghosts or something like that.
Yeah, but, like, I think in the first 2 seasons, it's a different actress. Like,
the Jennifer Love Hewitt or the actress for the friend?
Best friend, yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember. Like, that's how little...
Because it's oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. She's a comedian on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
The new actress or the old one?
No, the old one. The ones in the first couple seasons.
Oh, and then I was just thinking of the white lady. Like,
yeah, but see, it was an African American woman who started at the beginning.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, who started the shop with her or whatever, like started working there with her. Okay, and that's what it was at first.
Okay, guys, well, look out for our Ghost Whisperer Rewatcher podcast now, apparently.
I'm actually really down for that. Like, that would be... I am
too.
Yeah.
As if I need more projects going on right now.
You fucking take Adderall and this would happen.
What's 3 podcasts? Gotta grow that network organically.
Exactly. We got it. We'll do it. Okay. Jesus. Back to this.
Not Ghost Whisperer.
Ghost Whisperer. No.
This weird ass case.
Yes. 5 years later, some carnival owners became interested in acquiring McCurdy's mummified body to display and make a profit themselves.
Did they know it was a body?
They did.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
However, the Undertaker refused to sell it to them, so they devised a plan. They pretended
Nothing good starts with a carny devised a plan.
I mean, you're not wrong. No. But this is what they came up with. Are you ready?
No, but go ahead.
They pretended to be McCurdy's brothers.
No. I hate it.
The Undertaker believed their lie, relinquishing the body to the carnival owners.
Because I'm sure he's like, who the fuck would lie about that? But okay, here's my other thing. He knows the carnival owners already tried to buy the body. So did they like just show up in fake mustaches and be like, yes, we are his brothers? Like,
honestly, I could see that, and I could see the Undertaker being like, all right, cool. Like,
I just want to get rid of it at this point.
Yeah, it's like 1916 at this point. Like, either that or they probably hired someone or something.
I just like to imagine they just had like big fake mustaches and they're like, yes, we are his brothers. And he's like, that's funny. You look like some carnies that came in here the other day. Okay, here you go. Like,
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly how it works. None at all. The carnival owners displayed the corpse throughout the United States as a sideshow attraction, calling him the bandit who wouldn't give up.
Okay, but can we talk about like how OG people who ran carnivals and fairs and circuses were the fucking worst?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
People are like, oh my gosh, I love The Greatest Showman because I love Hugh Jackman. I'm like, did you know he's actually a piece of shit?
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that P.T. Barnum was actually a horrible human being.
They portray him so nice in that, and I'm like, did you know he was actually the worst?
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. Like, it's a Disney movie. They have to romanticize him, and like, everybody loves a good comeback story, and, you know, like, oh, it's about the circus, and, you know, it's based off history, and again, Disney has to romanticize it.
It's a whole love and romance. It's like, no, we're accepting this because Hugh Jackman is hot as shit. However, P.T. Barnum However, P.T. Barnum was the fucking worst.
Yeah. Horrible human being.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll do an
hard
episode
pass.
on him.
Oh, I'm 100% going to do an episode on him. He's on my list.
There you go. Okay. Eventually, the carnival sold McCurdy's body, and over the next several decades, the mummy had seen several owners, and most were unaware that he was a real corpse for 65 years.
I feel like that's information you need to let the next buyer know. Like, hey, by the way, this is a dead man.
From my
Just heads up.
understanding, some of the ways that these other owners acquired him was by stealing him, thinking that he was like an actual mannequin.
Don't steal random shit, people. What?
Like thinking
What
that
is
he's just
happening?
like, yeah, that he's just like a prop. Like he's just a mannequin.
Okay. I mean, like, don't do that, but okay.
Eventually, his body ended up at New Pike Amusement Park in Long Beach, California. And in 1976, a filming crew for The $6 Million Man came to the park to film an episode. One of the crew members went to move the mannequin, and an arm fell off. The crew noticed... Yeah. The crew noticed the human bones and described the skin around the bones of the arm looking like beef jerky.
No, I hate it. No.
Yeah, I knew you weren't going to like that. I had to make sure to add it in. Police were contacted, and the coroner was able to identify the mummy as Elmer McCurdy. McCurdy was finally laid to rest after 6 days at Summit View Cemetery in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
So how long was this after he actually died? So
65 years.
Oh my God. Like, granted, he wasn't the best guy, but that is far too long to be laid to rest in general.
Yeah, it's like 65 to 70 years.
That's insane. Absolutely not.
Right? Like, could you imagine your body just on display, being used as a prop, being taken around the country, being passed down to other owners, and like for 65 years?
Yeah, absolutely not. That's insane. Poor guy. I just like, it's hard because he wasn't the greatest guy in life, but also that's not a fate that people deserve to have.
Exactly. Like, he was still a person. He deserved respect. And the fact that it took 6 decades, over 6 decades to get him to be buried. Like, jeez.
Yeah, poor guy. Absolutely not.
But that is the end of our story of Elmer McCurdy.
That was so good. That case always just horrifies and mystifies me that it took somebody like accidentally hitting him and seeing, oh shit, that's bone inside, for it to finally be like, oh yeah, maybe we should do something about this.
Probably, yeah. Honestly, I don't even think, my understanding is that the amusement park had no idea he was a human body.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like the sad part of it, is that he had gone through all this. Like, he is a human body, whether he was a shit human being in life or not. He still didn't deserve to have that fate. And for just no one to know that he was an actual person, it's just kind of fucking sad.
I know. But yeah, so there's that.
Well, thank you for that, Jennifer.
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Are you ready for your horrifying fact?
I mean, that whole story was kind of horrifying. So I guess, like, let's go. Let's fucking go? Question mark.
Let's do it. Okay. We talked about dead bodies, so let's talk about some more.
Love it.
Ooh, I want you to see if maybe you know this one already, and I'll tell you the next one. But I think you could do an episode on your history one on that one, or at least have a little topic about it.
Okay, make it topical.
Yeah. Okay, where was the one that I was going to do? Oh, there it is. All right,
Cool.
ready?
No, but go ahead, I guess. So here we are.
There are about 200 unretrieved bodies at the top of Mount Everest due to the conditions being unsafe to retrieve the bodies.
Yeah, no, I did know this one.
Climbers actually use their bodies as markers.
Yeah, no. And then I also saw a TikTok video the other day of people passing by camps of these people who died. And because they're just there, they just get left there. I mean, a dead person can't pack away his tent. But yeah, I hated everything about it. So there's that. So
You're welcome.
thanks for reminding me of that.
You're welcome.
And fucking as always, if you like whatever the fuck this is, be sure to head over to our Instagram, WTF is that pod. Go over to the link tree, do all the things that there are to do there. It's like a fun little game for you. Make sure to like, follow all the things, tell all the people about us, give us a like and review, and just, I mean, like, probably don't climb Mount Everest because it sounds dangerous. Bye.
Bye.